What is going on, everybody? We're going to be in the Ford GTE. Give me one moment here. I hope you guys are all having a good day. I appreciate every single one of you for your support. I can't believe how fast this channel is growing. And I just want to say thank you. Seriously, thank each and every one of you guys. We got some new unboxings here coming up with some more edited content. If you guys want to donate, what I'll ask that you do is go to makeawish.org and donate to sick kids. Instead of giving your money to me, I don't need it. I'd much rather go somewhere like that. So if you guys are able to do that, that is great, and it'll be very much appreciated. This first race might go like hell, because I've never driven GTE cars, so.
One lap to green. Line up on the right side. Pit road is closed.
Why am I... There we go. I gotta get my gloves. My neck fan. Okay, that's all comfortable. Am I forgetting anything now? Oh, shit. Damn it. Woo! Thank God I got that. I forgot to open my overlay so I could see, like, cars and stuff next to me. That would have been really bad. Okay, I don't like my viewing angle on the right. I feel like I'm pulled a little bit forward.
Catch up and stop.
Really light braking profile, so... And I had no time to practice either. I think we'll do fine. A buddy of mine asked me to do this race. I literally just bought the car. I've never done this before. But I know the map, so... What do we got our bias at? Okay, turn that down a little bit. What the hell? There's a boost button? I hope y'all are having a good day, though. You know, this is one of the big reasons that I recommend iRacing to everybody. It's not just a simulator, it's a motorsport simulator. So we have a rule book, and, you know, we're not allowed to just be assholes, and if we are, we got a consequence that we'll have to pay for it by either getting banned, points taken away, sometimes even fines, depending on which leagues you race in, and, you know, it does a really good job at simulating the whole racing experience. And if you're not into GT racing, there's oval, there's dirt. iRacing is amazing. And the reason I say that, it's been around since 2008. And I just got home from taking my wife to see a movie. And we decided to hop on a race. And I didn't have this planned or nothing. So there's always something going on at any time, any day. And I'll tell you guys this, you know, I know my channel's not very big right now, and, but I'm doing good. You know, my wife and I, we went through a loss of a baby a few months ago, and now we own a home, we're debt-free, and we got God protecting us, so everything's been really good. And I'm just glad you guys get to see my content, and, you know, we're gonna continue to grow and make better stuff, and the biggest difference that I can feel between this and GT3 is the braking. The braking is super light. It's like a feather. So usually in a GT car, you're going to be at like 60 kg for max pressure on your load cell, and I'm at 32 right now. These aren't they are load cell pedals, but they're active. So it's like they have a brain of their own. See, I barely touched that brake, and I pushed it all the way into the floor by accident. No! Shit. Did not mean to do that. Fucked up my whole steering chain. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back to the pits, unfortunately. But that's okay. Last race at Watkins Glen, and we got to try out GTE, so now that we have a car, we'll be able to do these races. I like it. I really like it. The car feels super solid. I've just never driven it before. Come on, homie, don't hit me. Yeah, way less brakes. That's pretty much it with this car. My whole thing just crashed. My whole screen just shut off on me. What the fuck? That was weird. That was super weird. I've never had that happen once. I've never even had bad lag. Unless I was in like VR or something like that. It's okay, we'll finish this and then pick up some GT3 races. I just wanted to give this car a shot. And driving GT cars, it is enough to, even though I've never driven the car before, if I didn't hit that stupid wall, I would have been absolutely fine. But I want to know why that happened. Yeah, I'm not sitting here for 8 minutes, 58 seconds. I'll just take the loss. Sorry about that, Mac. I literally did this race only because of you, and I shit the bed on it, bro. That's honestly perfect timing, though, because we got another GT3 race coming up at Watkins Glen. We'll be in the AMG GT3, my favorite car. This will be fine. We need to get my rating up. Even though I got the next license, we've taken a beating on that rating because usually where if I get into a crash, I'll be like, okay, let's just finish the race. But ever since I got the new license, I've kind of been driving to the wall. So, and not caring about if I get an incident or not. We got to go back to just making sure we're being safe all the time. I went to go see the Michael Jackson movie. Hee hee. Most people always ask me. By the way, that wasn't a ranked race either. That was just a league race with buddies, so it's all good. So, what we're going to talk about right now, if you look down at my pedals, these are called the Moza M Booster, coming in at $938. They are Moza's idea of an active pedal. It takes a tack on the $3,000 SimCube pedals. And what these offer for the price are consistency and the best feeling pedal that you probably have used. When they first came out, I was not too happy with them, but because of all the updates that Moza did since then, and mind you, I'm not sponsored, I paid for these out of my own pocket. But since Moza made all the updates, mind you, these are $900 a pedal per pedal. The SimCube ones are $3,000 per pedal. And when they first came out, I would say these were about 60% as good. And now, with all the new updates, these are about 95, maybe 100% there, and they're neck and neck. So I really love them. Anybody out there that's like serious into sim racing but doesn't have a ton of money, you only need the brake. You don't need to buy one for all three of your pedals like I did. It's a waste of money. I honestly, part of me wants to sell this, the one that my foot's on, and just go back to a regular throttle pedal because it's such a waste of money, honestly, and put it somewhere else in the rig. But another thing that I'll add is if you see my foot's off the pedal and you'll see that little bit of movement, what that is, it won't do that while I'm driving. It will do that while I'm driving, but not like for no reason. So if we come over here, I have to calibrate quickly. And if you guys ever see me calibrate a lot, the reason that I have to do that is unlike a traditional pedal set, like a load cell or potentiometer set, these have a giant motor on the back that's like this big, and you feel all the different effects. So I can feel the wheel spin, the tire slip, the lockup. It's absolutely incredible. That's where the money is in these pedals. And here's the truth. You could buy, if I was going to give you guys a piece of advice, Max, if you were ever going to get into sim racing, I would tell you guys to buy a really nice pedal set like the CRP2 pedals and buy they're the SimCube haptic reactors. I think SimMagic haptic reactors. And what they do is they're like these little rumble packs that you have to install on the back of the pedals. And they make if no matter what pedal set you have, they sell adapters for them. And they're like $100 for 3 of them. And when they do the same thing as these, but just like the difference is these aren't just for effects. So the biggest selling point on these pedals and the reason that you would buy these is if you're sick and tired of having to climb under your rig and change out springs. So you guys just seen me go from a GTE car to a Mercedes. All that I have to do is change over my profile, and I could go to an F1 car. There's no more climbing under your rig for anything. That's where the biggest value is with these pedals. Max, how is and Mikey, yo, what's going on, dude? Put your Discord in the chat. I want to talk to you about editing for me, and starting to get out some good content because my buddy's going through some stuff. He's supposed to be helping me, but he just going through a lot. So I'm gonna tell you this. I've played professional billiards in real life, pool, like billiards, and then I got into a bad car accident, and now my hands shake, and it's hard for me to do stuff like that. And my wife says it like this, and it might just be narcissism, who knows? But anything that I do, I work hard at, and I can become the best at. And I have always had that mentality with everything. And a lot of things I end up getting bored of. I'll become the best at something and then lose interest in it. So I was going to say, if you want to edit, and I I take my content more seriously, I know it can turn into something. I have an insane rig. Like I have 25 grand worth of sim racing stuff and just like an insane setup. I've watched all these small content creators. I have a better sim rig than almost all of them. So it would be cool to be able to show that. Is there an issue back here with like display? Mikey, I'll get the notification for it. Go ahead and comment on one of my videos I already made. Just leave a comment with your Discord and I'll get the notification for it cuz sometimes YouTube chat can be super weird. But I have microphones, I have nice cameras, I have backdrops, I have ideas for videos, and because of my lack of knowledge in editing and the amount of time that I work, I haven't even gotten on and recorded one video yet, not one. So I know if I make some dedicated content. Put it this way, I do have a small sub count right now, but I already have 2 people that have reached out for sponsorship, and like I know if I do unboxing videos and that type of stuff, I know it could be really big too. Also, how do you guys think everything looks with my cameras and the borders and all the placements I have? How do you guys think everything's looking? Yeah, I know that. I know that. Yeah. That I my buddy is supposed to be doing that. I could tell you more about that outside of stream. Not something I want to talk about at the moment. Yeah, I like the idea of what you guys just said about the showing the race lab stuff, but at the same token, I don't want more stuff on the screen. Okay, here's the issue. Most of the people viewing in are on a phone or a laptop, and I'm on a 49-inch monitor with 27s on my side, so my field of view goes longer than what you guys can see on the camera, like a real car. I have a bigger windshield than a car, and because my front is the windshield, sides are like my mirrors and my passenger seat. But if I open the thing for Race Labs, I just don't want it to cover more of the screen because, like, here, hold on. It isn't that interesting. All I use for race labs is right there. That is really the only thing that I focus on. It is a, what the hell is that called? A radar. And then over here is a blind spot code. And then up here is just my RPMs stuff. So it's like you guys can see that. It's just I can't look down to see that. That's all. I think I know why I'm having some issues with lag too. Let's check this out real quick. Um, Afterburner. MSI Afterburner. Wait a second. Can you guys not see this? Hold on. Hold on. I think I got this. Never mind. Yeah, I just don't know how to do it. How do I pull that up on there? Do you either of you guys know? Because I already have display capture open and game capture. How do I put that over? Oh, I know what I'm on because of not because of Race Labs, but because of this. Hold on. Can you see this right here? Let me see. I'll be able to tell you in a second. I'll just move it over. Oh, you can't see that because it's all the way at the bottom right of my screen. Hold on. I didn't know you guys couldn't see that. No, Race Labs isn't your overlay in the game. Race Labs is its own separate app. Yeah, dude, I can't have it open. Oh wait, I could put it over here. What I was trying to tell you though is because of how my monitors are stretched, what looks like the bottom right corner to me doesn't look like the bottom right corner to you. That would be like for me that's all the way over there. So I'll move it. Nope, you guys can't see that. Hold on. Wait. Where the fuck did it go? Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute. I'll figure it out. Hold on. Yeah, Race Labs is like its own app. It's something I pay for because iRacing doesn't have that. So yeah, hold on a second. Let me Google something. Oh, it says I have to set up iRacing Live Streamer. So add an OBS, add a new source, select browser. Okay, we'll figure that out after this. But for right now, I'll just fix it in game so you guys can at least see the one that iRacing gives me. stupid? Oh, it's because it's way... Okay. I got it now. Let me just get my pedals set. I got it now. There we go. That works. Honestly, dude, it might be there. It might be showing. Wait, no, it shouldn't automatically. iRacing is it so when you use game capture, it's only capturing the game. But when you use, if I was using like display capture, you could probably see it. But for game capture, you won't see that because it's on my screen with or without the race. You know what I mean? That probably just fucked everything up. No, I'm good. Well, if it happens again, I'm gonna have to restart the stream and get something fixed because last race I did, I just bought the GTE cars and I was going through a lap. The first time it happened, I hit a wall. It like lagged and my screen shut off. I've never seen it happen before. And then the second time it happened, it was even worse and I spun out. I hope we're at Sebring. I pray. On the next race we do today, I really freaking hope we're on Sebring. Like, I know that map more than I know the back of my own hand. I'm still, like, laggy. It's weird. Said people always ask me, no matter what you do, don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. Well, thank you guys for telling me that, because I had no idea that my audience could not see that at all. I never looked at it. So now that you guys can see this, this isn't Race Labs, this is just iRacing, but I like that. We're way better than a 149, so let's do it. There we go, that wasn't a bad lap at all. I mean, nowhere near where I need to be, but that wasn't a bad lap at all. Especially trying to focus on what I'm doing at the same time. So let me get this fixed real quick, and hold on. There we go. I think the issue causing that was MSI Afterburner. ChatGPT told me to set it to like a certain clock speed with my card, but the more I read into it, iRacing doesn't like that, and I'm already using a good enough card to where I don't have to use any type of, especially with iRacing. That stuff will disappear off my screen after we go through the pace lap. We'll definitely figure that out after this race, because the coolest thing that I have, if you guys ever wonder how I drive like this close to somebody and know that like I'm not on them, I have an overlay for that. Well, there goes half the field. Number one kind of sketched me out. I didn't feel comfortable taking that. Nice, we're in 6th. And I just fucked up. Damn it! Back to 8th we go. I don't know if it's my bias that's too high or why that just happened, but I had, like, no relative there. That was so stupid. You are my fire, my one desire. When I say that I want it that way, tell me why. Ah. All right, let's not fuck up that turn. Also, I think I'm gonna start braking right here. Instead of, yeah, just a tiny tad on my breakaway. Probably went to 8th. There we go, that was a lot better. Still taking that turn wrong, but it's okay. As long as we don't make any more stupid mistakes, knock on wood, we should be good. There we go, we took that turn about perfect. Gotta just keep it up now. We're on pace to hit the fastest lap. There we go. Fastest lap of the session. Oh wow, that was a 146. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away. Come on, baby. Kentucky Fried Turkey. I'm surprised at how much time that saved me. Wow. We're genuinely fine. We're only 2 seconds away from... You, sir, are a gentleman. Good job. I gotta get a little bit faster in there. I know how to hit that turn perfect with the Porsche. I just struggle with the Mercedes because of how the brakes work. And how the front end feels. It's okay. First real race of the day. This is going just fine for some practice. It's the fastest I've ever been in either of those sections. That was good. That wasn't, though. I fucked up right there. I need to just calm down. That wasn't terrible. Something feels off. You know what I think it is? I might be too far away. There we go. Nope. I felt more comfortable in qualifying, damn. You know why I said something feels off? I forgot to turn my shakers on. Usually it lets me know when the ABS kicks in. I forgot to turn SimHub on. That's why. I have an HF8 Pro seat. I just turned that on. I think it's on. And then I have 4 butt kickers. I have 2 in the front, or 2 on my sides, and then 1 in the front and back. If you guys ever see me like this, that's why. God damn it. Well, there we go with the bias, too. My bias was way up there. Let's see if we can get in a good lap here. Who knows? It could just be that first race of the day nerves, man. See how much time that just saved me? Holy crap. That's why you gotta make sure your bias is dialed in correctly. There we go. Made a little hiccup there. Got 2 more laps. That Porsche in front of me is not ahead of me. He is lapped. That's why we kind of just got out of his way. Now the Porsche in front of me is the one that just went off track, and that's why the flag came up. He's in 7th. I don't know why he just gave it up like that. That was weird. I don't know if it's my wheel rotation or what, but something just doesn't feel right when I'm going through that, because I can usually take that flat out. Because we can usually get like 145, 144. And we're at 146 right now. There we go. That felt so much better. What the hell? I gotta change my brake, though. Something feels way the fuck off. Hey, we can't complain, though. Only 3 incidents. We got... 7th place. Not terrible. We'll take that. I think that's the last race for Watkins Glen for the entire week. What I wanted to say about Race Labs, though, Max and Mikey, if y'all are still here, look over at how big my screen is. And think of it like this, where if you guys want to see it, I have to put everything in this, like, small rectangle. So if I cluster all the stuff up, I just don't want it to, like, be in my way when I'm racing. I definitely want to figure out how to show the radar, though, because that would be so sick. We could do spec car challenge, or hold on. You guys still here? If so, what do you guys want to see? You guys want to see me race the Spec Racer, GT3? What do you guys want to see? We could try out another, when this opens up too, we could try out another GTE race. I really liked how those cars feel. I just have to practice a little bit more. I know what we're doing. Never mind, you guys don't get a decision. Hold on. This is one of my favorite maps in all of iRacing. We're going to do a GT4 race, only because I feel like I could show off some serious skill here. You literally responded because, like, as I clicked it, you responded. That's funny. Here, let me get this open, though, so that way we could check and see if Race Labs will show up without me doing anything. Hold on, before I fuck with all this stuff, let me just open iRacing. And we gotta open up SimHub, too, to make sure we're going. This is one of my favorite maps in all of iRacing, and I kick ass on it all the time. Nope, well, that confirms it. You guys aren't able to see my overlay if I don't have it open. Also, let's shrink this down a little bit. There we go, that looks a little better. All right, let me check something. I'm gonna Google how to do it real quick. What's going on, Borg? Zyborg? What's going on, dude? We're about to be in the GT4 in at Road Atlanta. How to? Okay, I figured it out. You gotta go through window capture. Yep. There we go. I figured it out. Hold on a second, guys. I'm just checking something out. Quick reminder, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. We'll be giving away one of these pedals down here. Brand new in the box, never opened before when we hit 5,000 subs. And we'll be giving away a Nintendo Switch 2 with a copy of Tears of the Kingdom and Mario Kart. But if you feel like donating, go to makeawish.org and donate to the children that actually need help, not some streamer. Okay. For those of you guys wondering why I'm just sitting here, I'm getting my Race Labs overlay set up so you guys are able to see the action. 10253 times 1477. There we go, baby. And now it's going to look correct and proper once I get this set up. What the fuck, dude? Oh my god. I'm going to lose my mind with this. Here, let me fix this real quick. That way everything will look good. Oh, getting annoyed. This isn't anywhere near the resolution that I have it set to. Okay, wait a second. Why can't you see the relatives? Hold on a second. I think I know why. Okay, there we go. I hope. How do I save this now? That's the real question. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm sorry. I want to get this right for you guys. All right, let's open it back up. Nope, still not working. I don't know why. Maybe because. Oh, wait. It shared for a second, but now it's not. That's so bizarre. there's one. All right, there's something wrong. It might have to be run as an admin. I think that's why. We'll join back up in iRacing, get this all situated, and hopefully this works. Are you fucking kidding me? Don't tell me it just moved ever again. Oh my gosh, there we go. Wait, it went up and then it disappeared. What the fuck? I don't know why you guys aren't able to see this. I'll try one other thing. I think I just figured it out. feel like we're so close. I'm not giving up on this. I'm just not going to qualify. We're just going to race. I know this map like the back of my hand. Just like Sebring. I know why it's not opening now. No? That is not.
One lap till we go green. Line up on the left side. Pit road is closed. Catch up 11. Good job. Catch up.
There we go. That's fine. Sorry about that, guys. Super, super, super sorry about that. Oh, shit. I am a mess right now. What the fuck, dude? Alright, let's get some racing in. Worry about that later. Hey, at least you guys are able to see my telemetry now. That's always cool. I want to race GT3 on this map. I kick ass on this fucking map. We're not even gonna wear gloves. Fuck it. We didn't even get to do a test run. I can't change my brake bias, don't have gloves on. It's all good. Oh. Sorry, guys, I need to close this. I need to pay attention. I'm in 10th currently. Out of 25. I'm taking my chance. Fuck would you break there, homie? I'm making him nervous. The fuck out of my way. I'm in 6th place, baby. Fifth place. I can't change my brake bias, so that's why I'm a little, like, slipping, because I forgot to select the control for it, so... Don't ask me why I put custom controls on the Mustang, but I need to shut that off. I need to see. I'm also not sure why we have the race line on. I practiced this map so much, I don't even need it. It's so weird how different my driving is from the actual line. I literally just noticed it was on. But that's what I was talking about. Maps that, like, I've done thousands of times, I feel comfortable on them, so there's no need for a line. Fuck out of my way, bro. Not my my fault you're a dumbass and went off. Shake and bake, baby. That was clean as hell. Shake and bake. Stairs creak as you sleep. It's keeping me awake. It's the house telling you to close your eyes. And some days I can't even trust myself. Fucked up that turn a little bit, but that's okay. 56 my bias is at. No wonder why I can't turn this fucking thing. I'd usually have that shit all the way down at 51. Only reason I keep turning that thing off is it's blocking my view. It's driving me nuts and distracting me. We're gonna get it fixed though, so after this race, everything looks right. That's crazy. We started dead last and worked our way all the way up to 4th place. But to be fair, the new week just started. So there's 13 weeks in a season for iRacing, and the new week just started. It's like week 8 or 9. So, a lot of people are joining, and, like, it's their first time driving the map in a long time, so they make a lot of mistakes or don't feel comfortable with it. By the end of next week, if we do this race again, there's no way I could go from last to 4th. Oh my gosh, I might be getting 1st. If they got meatballed. All 3 of them were just in a big wreck, dude. I think this is last lap, too. Lap 9.97? Next lap, I think. Kinda happy the line was on because I can't change my bias, and we probably would have went into the wall the first turn because I try to throw the Mustang sideways and I can't. It's up way too high right now. I don't know why. Having to push the brake in a lot more than I want to. And just so you know, that gives you like a huge advantage in iRacing. When you mess around with the bias in fixed races, it's the only thing you're allowed to touch. On like endurance races or leagues, you can tune the whole car and do pretty much anything. Last lap, baby. Lately, I've been losing sleep, dreaming about the things that we could be. Baby, I've been praying hard. So no more counting dollars, we'll be counting stars. You see this life like a swinging vine. I'm not old, but I'm not that old. But I'm not that bold, and I don't think the world is so. Just doing what we're told. I feel something so right, doing the wrong thing. I could lie. Everything that kills me makes me cry. I was shaking and baking, driving all the cars. I was shaking and bacon, felt like a star, shaking and baking. Everything we are, I was shaking and baking. Ooh, 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 ooh. Beautiful performance from Travis Mueller. He crosses the finish line, passes Verstappen. What an upset!
Checkered flags out. Great job, driver.
Yeah. Oh. We got fourth place. No incidents. 0 incidents. All right, let's get this fixed, Max. I'm going to need your help. Hold on. Yeah, I can't be doing that because that was literally blocking my view when I had that thing open. It's dumb, but when you're racing, like little shit like that gets in your way, it just doesn't. Yeah, no. Oh, I okay. I figured it out. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see what we got coming up here. Whole bunch of stuff. Nice. Okay. I need your help though, if you got a second, Max, because how to get Race Labs to show in stream because it worked for a second and then it didn't work at all. So I've tried a whole bunch of different shit, and at this point, I'm just getting annoyed. All right, I am back. I'm just gonna try something really quick, so you guys bear with me. We're gonna jump into another race, obviously, in a second, but let's get this set up so that way we're not on stream messing around with it, and things look good for you guys, because that's the only way new people are gonna watch is if it looks proper. It don't have to be perfect. It just needs to look all right. And Match, just so you know, I've tried window capture. I've tried clicking the streaming thing. I'm not on full screen on iRacing, and Kayla. Mm-mm. I forgot I put my PC up there. Don't put it there. Just take it with you. I'm good. All right, let's get this looking right. Okay, I got an idea. Hold on. I really... Max, how does that look? I really like that. How do you like that? Or do you think I should pull it up more so you can't see the gearbox? What do you think? Okay. You like it like that? Okay, cool. We'll lock that. And then let me get in here and mess with Race Labs real quick. I don't want to do it after the stream. I want to get these things fixed because I it's just like one of those things that is important, and I hate to like not have people see that. Hold on 1 second. I figured it out, dude. I'm a fucking idiot. There we go. It's all set now. What the fuck? But if I touch it, oh, it's just I got it. It's the camera's there. I just shut it off for a second. It's good. Why did it delete it? Oh, okay. We're good. Wait, are you fucking kidding me? gonna. Hold on a second, y'all. I think I figured it out. Just give me a moment. You have to have the border enabled. That's why. Oh, motherfucker. Hold on, guys. We're about to try something. That's so bizarre, bro. I don't fucking know, guys. I'm sorry. I can't figure this out for the life of me. We're just gonna go race because I'll just put something else up for now. I'm sorry that we wasted so much time on that. What do we got coming up here? Just for you, Max, even though I don't know the map very well, I'll do this for you. And we're going to do it in a car I'm super unfamiliar with just because I love my brother Max. Why does it pop up now? Look at the screen right now. It pops up right now, but oh wait, never mind. I'm an idiot. That's because all right, let's get this fixed first. Make everything look nice now that you guys can see more of my screen. Hold on. Whoa, we're way off. What the hell? I like that. Wait. I like that. Okay. Perfect. And then we will put this would be so much easier if Race Labs just worked. Let me look at one other thing and then we'll get to racing here.
Hey guys, so today I'm going to be making a video showing you how I get my overlays in iRacing. This includes your race participant, a little bit of combat, standings is good, and then I made the slight tweaks that I wanted. That's for it lets me run anything you want, enabled on. And in this, I'm going to choose multi-session, or you can have a single session. So it's the same for all sessions, but let's just say multi-session for the fun of it. Category, you can have this pop up for, let's say, I only want this for sports cars. And then let's say I'll duplicate it and I'll make it different for formula cars or dirt or oval. So let's just leave it on formula cars, but we only want it coming on when we're in the super formula lights. So there's our stipulation. Activate the layout when spectating other drivers. No, we'll leave this off. Okay, so now that this is set up, we can actually jump into one of these and get doing the fun bits. So we're going to have to set our screen and resolution. So we're going to set this screen here. I know that's my screen. It may look different for you. In here, we'll have the resolution, which is 2560x1140. For you, it may be 1080p. For some others, it may be 4K. Now, one feature that I really love is the fact you can upload your custom background picture. So I went into iRacing and I took a print screen of my screen with my FOV set. That way I know where things are going to go relative to the car positioning. So here is the screenshot I took. There we go. So now you have a blank canvas to start on. We can press add new, and then you can put in whatever overlays you want. So here's my standings that I have customized. So I've actually already used standings in this overlay section, so it draws from that. But you can individually customize it. So let's say standings in race is different from standings in practice, is different from standings in qualifying. And you can essentially set this up how you want. If you want the performance delta or the delta bar, you can set this here, and then you can move the one in iRacing or turn it off. You can really do whichever you'd like. If you have the heart rate monitor, one of the cheap little monitors you put in your arm or your chest, you can even have that too if you're live streaming. And as you can see, all this stuff is just very, very simple to move around. There's no rocket science at all. It's really just get out and play with it. It's designed to be played with. It's designed to be customized. Like, let's say my relative, it's a little bit too big. We're going to go to performance and size. Let's reduce the scale a little bit. And then that just goes to a more desirable size should we choose. Standings, you can make it bigger, smaller. As you can see, the settings and standings are huge. So we have the driver tags, we have driver flags. We have columns, so this is where you'll find, fastest lap times. I'll turn them all on just to show you. But, we have last 10 lap average, last 5 lap average, which are huge features. Amazing to know what your competition is doing. When you take their last 10 laps and put it into an average lap time, you know their strengths and weaknesses. Like, you know what they're able to do, you know what they can't do, and you know what they are probably going to do next lap when you have that kind of data. Absolutely huge, massive stuff. Love it. And sometimes instead of the last 3 laps delta, like I was using, I just use the last 5 lap average. It takes up less real estate and kind of tells you the same thing. But once you're done setting up your overlays with all the bits and bobs that you'd like, we can have a little flag up here just to let us know what's going on. What's amazing is you can actually customize this for your viewers too. If you are streaming or even just for yourself, you can get this word to say custom things, which is super, super cool. So you can actually see here, I have last lap boy set to the white flag, which is always a fun little laugh when it pops up. I always forget it's there, even though I've done it about 3 months ago, but that's just your boy speaking, But yeah, so once you're done and you customize all your bits and bobs, you can either publish it to the community so other people can use it, which why not? It's always fun, especially if you feel like you have made a masterpiece. But in general, you just open the overlay here. There's also settings to open it in different areas too, but you just open it. You can have it open on startup. So now to give it a test, what we're going to do is we're going to come back to the layouts tab just by clicking up here. I'm going to get rid of this test one as I don't need it anymore. And then we're going to turn on universal racing. This is on startup. This overlay is open here. And let's hop out in the sim and have a little look.
I quit.
So now we are in the sim and I'm in a practice session. And just if we look back in our layouts here, we will see that when I come into my practice session, this is exactly what we wanted. We wanted our telemetry. We want just our relative down here, and we want the small standings in the top left corner and nothing else. And then when I was to go into qualifying, we would see in the layouts, then the layouts would call on the quali set, which would be a little bit different. The relative would be swapped out for this. The standings would look a little bit different. And then when we come into the race, we would see then things kind of fill up a little bit more for all the context that I want and choose to have inside the race itself. So yeah, guys, this is pretty much the most simple way I could put it of how to get those cool overlays and telemetry in iRacing. I personally use Race Labs. I've been using them from the get-go. Unfortunately enough, in the past month or so, we've actually teamed up to, they've become channel partners, which is absolutely cool. So if you're interested in checking this out, there's a link to Race Labs down below. You can just Google them, check them out. Sign up for free. See what you think. I would recommend the pro version as there's quite a lot going on into it. It obviously depends how deep you are into the sport or if you're interested in such a thing. But for most of the tools that I do like, and then the customization within those tools, the pro version is kind of necessary if you want to avail of all that. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Likewise, make sure to join their Discord. If you have any questions there, I'm sure they're happy enough to answer too. And check out my layouts on Race Labs. To do so, you just come into layouts, come to community layouts, search my name, and then you will find my layouts there. These 2 layouts waiting to be used and abused in iRacing. So guys, best of luck with iRacing and enjoy a more contextful racing experience, if that's a word. See you guys. Bye.
So you have to go into Race Labs. Let's see if this does anything. Okay, I got it. We are all set now to add stuff for Race Labs. You guys should be able to see it in a moment, hopefully.
One lap to green. Line up on the right side. Pit road is closed.
Fucking hate that, dude. Waste so much damn fucking time on this stupid ass thing. And we're now I don't even have a fucking overlay open. I've never raced this track before, so we got no practice, a new car, and a new track. Yeah, it's the beginning of a new week, so now we are racing with new tracks. Green flag, green flag, green flag. We're gonna be careful up here because there's gonna be a big crash. Actually, there wasn't. Kinda surprising. That means our rating's going up because I don't think I've seen a race in a long time without a crash in the first 5 seconds. Our rating definitely went up like 1,000 points. Yellow flag is out. Just a single yellow. Not a double. Turn down our brake bias to 54.25. Originally started at 58. We're in the Lamborghini. Lamborghini Huracan GT3. We genuinely would have been fine there if homie stopped. Definitely not doing bad either with this being a first time trying the map. I'm gonna take a break from streaming tomorrow, and I'll practice all the maps that are out for the week, and get everything set up properly, so that way, we could kick some ass on stream. Got the guy in the white Audi coming up behind me. Yeah, we're not doing bad. I gotta figure out the break points for the map and we'll be good. I'm definitely enjoying driving more without the line, even if I make mistakes and I'm slower at first, because like Watkins Glen, I was able to set my best lap time ever on Sunday with a 1:43, and it's more about feeling the car than it is like playing a rhythm game, you know, looking at a line. Best way to get better, and what I learned, and it's how I set that 1:43 on Watkins Glen, and why I, you know, look like a completely different driver since the last few times I've streamed. What I've been doing, I didn't get to do it for this map, but I've been going into the lobby and taking the best driver in the world, and following their ghost. And any one of you has the opportunity to do that. We'll stay up behind this guy, see if we can't learn a little bit more about the map. We're doing fine, though. It's absolutely fine. We're not playing to win. But I think I'm going to do this for now on. If I do stream on Mondays, it's not going to be iRacing, like online. I'm going to show you guys my practice and have my buddy or have Mike help me edit videos, so that way I can show you guys how I'm learning to drive these cars. Because a lot of you guys, there's been some people that have come in here and been like, you know, you're ass, you're not very good. And it's like, well, you're probably playing Forza, and which is unrealistic, where in my opinion this is harder than driving a real car at times. And it's just, the cars, I would say this is about 80 to 90% as good as driving a real car. And the reason I say that is the cars feel so good. The whole point is learning and consistency. And when it comes to racing, right now I might not be very fast on this map. Let's see what they're putting up for lap times. There we go, a little trail break in action. That's the biggest thing when you hop into a new map. If you're me, I'm good at very good at trail braking because of the amount of practice I've put into it. But with me, it's just, I need to practice. So Watkins Glen, for example, I wasn't putting up those numbers before I did that map. or like Sebring. And some people can get it in 10 minutes, but for me, it takes me a little while. It just does. But I wouldn't recommend anybody just jump into a race and learn how to drive the track. The only reason I do it is because I'm confident that I'm not going to hit anybody else. Like, I can still keep it safe. And plus, I think I've done this map in a challenge car, so it's not like I'm completely unfamiliar with it. But for me, for any of you guys out there getting into iRacing, for me, I relied on the line since the day I got my sim, and I was so embarrassed by it because people would hop in here and tell me, oh, you know, you got the line on, that's not real racing. And I don't like that, because anything that gets you on the sim and lets you have fun, that, you know, that's what it's all about. But at the same token, if you're relying on the line, the guy kind of had a point. You're not learning anything. You're just following a pattern, and it basically tells you how to do what you're supposed to learn. The way I look at the race line is it's a tool. It's something just like auto clutch or auto blip. You should use that as a tool, but while it's on, still practice blipping. And I didn't do that. For shifting, I did, but the race line, up until like about 2 weeks ago, every race I had, unless I was in league, had the line. And with me getting my new license on iRacing, so there's, I think, 5 license classes: rookie, D, C, B, and then A. And for me, I didn't know that when you get to the higher classes, they take the line away. But I'm kind of happy they do, because even though I've looked like shit, I got my progression. Like, the race I did on Sunday at Watkins Glen, that was the best race I've ever had on stream, ever. And I've had races where I've placed first. This one I got 5th, but it felt really good to just know what I was doing and go through a full race without any hiccups or mistakes that were... I was able to push the car to its limit and just put on a good performance. And I think that's one of the coolest things about this channel. You guys are going to see this guy that, you know, isn't very confident, wasn't really good at driving, and you're going to get to see my progression every single week until I step into a real car. That's, you know, what this channel is all about. And in the meantime, we're also going to give back to the community and do giveaways and stuff. We're going to have a ton of fun, and I hope you guys get to learn something from it. One big tip that I will give anybody out there: you don't need to spend thousands of dollars to have fun. Some of my buddies are on sets that they literally paid $500 for, or even $200 for, and they can race insane. But my big thing is buy once, cry once. If you think sim racing is for you, then don't cheap out on pedals or a wheel. And I would put it to you this way: if you only had money to buy a new wheel or new pedals, pedals are the most important thing. They are what's going to make you the fastest. If you have a bad set of pedals, and here's why: it's all about consistency. More money doesn't make you a better racer, it just helps you be a little bit more consistent. Like the pedals I got right now, they feel the same every time I press them down. I know what they're gonna do. Another cool thing about the channel too is, like, you know, I would jump into races and think I was a great driver, and it, you know, took a shot at my ego. It made me realize that I'm not even a rookie yet. Like, I'm still learning, and there's so much that I don't know and that I need to learn. I was talking to Mike Rico the other day, and he's one of the top leaders in the IMSA series, and he was telling me that it's all about how much time you put in. You know, if you're gonna jump into an endurance race with absolutely no training, then shit's not gonna work out. He was telling me when he does like these long races, he practices them for weeks. So that's something I'm gonna start doing when we have big races coming up. I'm gonna film all my practice times and, you know, make some tutorials on how I got to where I'm at. This is a challenging course. It's not even that it's that hard, it's just lots of turns. And it all kind of looks the same. I would say that's the hardest thing about this map so far, is when you go down the first chute, all the turns look the same. We'll try to follow this guy. Kind of like the Lamborghini, but not really. Mercedes is definitely where it's at for me, or the 992, of course. Longtime viewers of this channel know I love that car. I like the Legacy 992. That car is fun, has 0 ABS, and way faster than anything else. You'll be like 2 minutes ahead of people. But it's super hard to drive. A car I'm still practicing with, I got the chance to give it a whirl yesterday and a little bit last week, is the Ford GT. Still struggling a little bit with it, but it's been a ton of fun to drive, honestly. And that's what you guys at home should be doing as well. Just don't focus on winning. The thing is with racing is every race is a new challenge and a chance to get better. So with iRacing being 13 weeks and each week having a new race, you gotta look at it like, for that 7 days you're gonna compete in a certain series. Every time you race that map, focus on getting better. You know, with me streaming right now, this is very small and our channel is growing, but it'll grow a lot more once I have consistency in my stream and not just with the racing, but the stream. I gotta start jumping on here. I've been jotting down some ideas. Gotta start jumping on here without the intention of just jumping into races. Need to do my research, set a consistent time for streaming, and have a plan. Because that way, you guys will get to see me at my best ability on tracks that I've had, you know, ample time to practice with instead of just jumping into a practice session. And we'll just get to come on here, race, have some fun, and that'll be that. See, like right there, I put a little bit too much on the brakes. GT3, that's literally all it is just precise braking. What I like is the new input I put on my pedal, where if I hit the gas and the brake at the same time, it'll kick back at me. I rarely ever do that. Sometimes with the mechanical friction, you think you're off of it, but you're actually not. That wasn't terrible. I had no overlays or anything open because SimHub just decided that it wasn't going to work today. Or not SimHub, Race Labs. Also, another thing too, if you're hurting for rating, if you do that when it says the race is over, if you drive back into the pits, you'll get yourself a little extra rating. All right, let's get this situated real quick, everybody. Also, when I get my laptop set up, I'll be able to talk to you guys. I'm still not going to really talk to chat while I'm racing for obvious reasons, but I'll be able to see it. Situated. Oh, it's only 9 o'clock. What the hell? Thanks, dude. I think now that I know how to fix it, I think we should do another. Hold on, let's see what we got coming up. been something that I. Thanks, man. I need to fix what when I get off stream. I need to. I literally mean need. I absolutely need to fix the race labs thing because the iRating one. If you look at my stream, it's blocking my vision. I can't explain it, but imagine trying to fit everything into a box that's this big when my screen is this big. So it's like all in my vision. I'm sure there's a good way to set it up, but see you later, Max.